Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody?
Did you add
Got
one?
that fourth yo, because you already know. Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. And you know it can't be the Max and Juan cast without my good old co-host.
Yo. That's all I got. I don't got four. I don't got three. I don't got four. I got two. Oh, what's up? What up, Juan? It's Max. I know you happy. Let's get into it, man. I
Big
don't know.
dubs in the mother freaking chat. Let's get it. Oh man, it's a glorious night right now, man. Look, anybody who's gonna automatically be like, why is fucking Juan always happy when the Raiders win, but he's so sad? Let me have my freaking glory, bro. This is what sports are about, man. You're happy
Juan's
when your
glory.
team wins. You're freaking pissed off when they lose. But my mic's lagging, my pitcher's lagging, but you know what? The Raiders ain't lagging. And I don't know, bro. I'd be lost for words at times. How did you feel about this weekend? It didn't end off too good as far as like the game wise, even though it went into OT. How did you feel about the weekend, Max?
I feel like it's just been a very stressful weekend, and we had a lot of recording on Saturday. We had the NBA stuff. We got that little thing that's like in store for people that they don't know about yet that we low key got going. Today was so much football for me, man. I was recording stuff. I was editing stuff. I was trying to be like you, but not you. Raiders won,
Wanna be
was
editor,
lost.
right? Dog, you was cutting. All
I
right.
cut, dog. I'm a surgeon.
You the cut. Hey, dog, it's all good. You could be the fucking best cutter in the world, bro.
Senior cuts over here.
But
But
look,
it was a
man.
good weekend of football. But there was some underwhelming moments, I would say. And it seems like this week wasn't as good as a lot of other weeks. And I feel like I've said every week, like, this is the best week. This week was
Yeah.
not the best week. It was kind of
It was
lame.
underwhelming.
And the
It really
Gruden stuff
was.
still is around.
Yeah. But let's speed through Thursday night football because you know that's the last time people saw us. We gotta talk
See, I
about look.
wouldn't even look. Thursday night football for me was like the second thing. I was watching Dodgers Giants game 5. It was a great Dodgers have
Great game.
low-key lost their way these first two in Atlanta, but the Eagles, we love getting down 20, bro, and playing.
Yeah.
We love to come back, and even though we never come back, we suck. We suck. Don't take
You
Eagle
think you
fans
guys
out there.
suck that much?
Dog, we only get good when like we're down by 20. We can't score before then. We
I
had
don't think
50
you guys
passing yards the
suck.
first half.
I don't think you guys suck, Max. I think you guys just, you know, rebuilding team could be a lot worse. You could be the Detroit Lions.
I feel like the Detroit Lions have had, other than not winning a game, they've had 5 competitive games or 4 competitive games. We've had 2 competitive games. Everything else we've been kind of clapped.
No.
Like, we're the kings right now of getting those garbage time touchdowns, to me.
Right. Well, let's move on from the Eagles. What game should we hit next? You know what? I really want to talk about the Ravens and the Chargers
Oh,
because
God.
this went into one of the games of the week. Herbert, man, looked human. Look at his QBR, Max,
I can't see
18.6.
that. Yeah.
That is
The
insane,
Chargers'
bro.
problems showed today. They got their asses kicked in the trenches, both sides of the ball. The Ravens defense was teeing off on Herbert. They were going for it on 4th down in the second quarter because the game was like that much out of reach. It was like 24-7. Brandon Staley needs to go back to the drawing board and like try to do something to help this run defense. It's so bad.
I think it was you were alluding to it before the podcast off the air. It's more like the trenches. That's where they struggle. It's stopping the run, it's running the ball, and kind of, protecting Herbert. I know he only got sacked twice this game,
Yeah,
but
that's a
didn't you feel
missing
like he was
stat.
under duress?
Oh, all game long, he was getting hit. They also did some stupid crap where they were like, trying to go after Marlon Humphrey on fourth down and run a little like curl. And
Yeah,
one time they did it with Jalen Guyton. I'm like, why are you matching up Jalen Guyton with Marlon Humphrey? Like, I don't think that's a
mhm.
winnable matchup for him. And it wasn't. Like, Chargers aren't dead. They had a bad week. The Ravens are a tough matchup for them. They need to go back to the drawing board, though, and kind of see, hey, we need to help Herbert a little more. And on defense, we need to be tougher. But they don't
Yeah,
really have the big people. Baltimore's a big ass team. They like, we gonna maul you. We gonna get our hands on you. And they're a speed team, the
yeah.
Chargers. And it just didn't match. Power won that game.
You know what though? What does this say about the Ravens? Because look, in a game that you dominate 34-6, and Lamar Jackson has less than 200 yards passing, and he has less than 100 yards rushing, like that means the team is lifting him up. Like he doesn't even at this point he didn't have to play amazing today
He
for them
wasn't
to
amazing.
look good.
He wasn't amazing. He was whatever. He was like, I'm just
He
gonna
was
do my little
I would say
bits.
he was efficient.
Yeah, exactly. He was efficient. He didn't really jump off the stat sheet. He wasn't doing anything on the field. I was like, that's spectacular. He's like, I'm just gonna take my little dink and dunks, gonna run the ball here and there. I'm gonna hand it off, and we're just gonna move the ball up and down the field on the Chargers.
Yeah. Look, I'm feeling so good, Max, about my Super Bowl pick, the Baltimore Ravens. Remember, they were
They're
my dark
kind of
horse.
coming together. They're coming together. The injuries still. Le'Veon Bell's the ugliest running back in the league with that number 17 jersey. But they're coming together at the right time. That's all it really takes sometimes in the NFL. And they're getting healthy too. They got Bateman back. Defense looks good. Ravens are rolling, Juan. They are rolling.
Yeah. Are they the best team in the AFC?
No, Buffalo's still there.
We haven't seen Buffalo. Obviously, they play Monday night. Are they the second?
No, I'd say they're better than the Chiefs right now. Yeah, they're rolling.
Well, let's get into the Chiefs, man. I think that's a good place to start. The Chiefs actually won today. Started off rough. Final score 31-13. This game was a lot closer than the score says, to be honest. In the second half, the Chiefs just poured it on. Um, I'm gonna say this. This score at halftime, I believe it was 13-10, Washington. This game should have been 21 nothing football team at halftime. The
Patrick
way
Mahomes had one of the worst plays of the weekend when he took a bad snap, threw it straight up in the air to try to save the field. He's kind of trying to do too much at times. Wouldn't you agree?
I completely agree. In the first half, he was trying to do way, way, way too much, man. This is what, 4 straight weeks already. I felt like this. And we're talking about it last week against Buffalo and how we went on a rant about Kansas City. Where just like, dude, stop trying to be Mr. Heroic. Stop trying to do all this flashy stuff. Throw the ball regular.
You
But
know, you know who he reminds me of, Juan? He kind of
who?
reminds me of Deshaun Watson, where every play is the last play of the game for him. And it's
Yeah,
like, we're gonna go out there. I'm gonna give it all this one play. And sometimes it's like, hey, just go down right here. Like Carson Wentz, same thing. He was the type of guy where he never gave up on a play, and it ended up costing him a lot.
yeah. And
Cam
Washington
Newton come to
football
DC.
team.
Cam Newton, DC. Chase Young had a cool face mask in honor of Sean Taylor. That's a great moment of just NFL history, right? Just Sean Taylor being
Yeah.
honored. And who did you tell
Um.
me? Jack, what's his name? What's the baby Mahomes?
Oh, Jack Mahomes.
Yeah, don't dance on the field.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about Washington. Um, I Sean Taylor, amazing. One of the most hard hitting safeties I've ever seen. Tragic, situation on what happened to him. All, love and respect towards Sean Taylor. I think it's complete BS that Washington did this though.
What do you
Um,
mean?
I found out that this wasn't even planned by Washington. First of all, to
Who was
retire
it
Sean
planned by?
Taylor's number. It was not planned at all. It was announced literally a week before the game. And
That's odd.
yeah, and it's very odd when
Mhm.
you have allegations coming out involving your football team and your owner, and this comes out. And I just think their organization is a big ass fraud. It is. It's
That's
and
insane to me. I've never heard of such thing. You can go to the Lakers schedule and it's like, okay, we got Kobe bobblehead night, 41st home game of the year. Like it's planned out that intent, like with that much intent.
right.
And this might have just been a farce, or maybe kind of want to believe they had good intentions behind it, but when you put it like that, that's very odd.
Like I
Are
said,
they a team that
nothing.
retires numbers? Are they really a team that does that?
Yeah, I look for an example, Max. The New York Giants, they just
Yeah, Eli.
retired. Yeah, Eli and I think Strahan.
Hmm.
Those were planned out before the season. Those are already on the calendar. The fans know. I just find it very odd that Washington was in these allegations, especially with the John Gruden situation. Receiving those emails, they're with their owner and all that with Bruce Allen and Dan Snyder, whatever. I find it very odd that they did that. I just think they're just like a real slimy, like organization, bro. They've always been. They're always trying, like Dan Snyder's just always been like that. And I think it's a big ass fraud. Nothing to do with the players, nothing to do with the coaches, completely aside. I'm talking about literally the ownership of the team. I think it's bull. They're trying to sell something to the fans and get the attention off of them like that. And I think it's very disrespectful to do that towards a guy like Sean Taylor. Give him his respect and have it already set up like that.
Yeah, don't half-ass it.
Exactly. But that's just my opinion. Are the Chiefs back after
No,
this win?
still have issues.
Agree.
Mahomes is running for his life again.
uh let's talk about the game I obviously watched. The Las Vegas Raiders, Max, win 34-10 against the Denver Broncos.
We both kind of called it. We both were on the Raiders hard about this. We're like, I think this is going to galvanize the team. They said it after the fact that all this John Gruden stuff kind of brought us closer.
You know what though? No one expected this.
It's
People
shocking to me.
expected a win. Everyone thought it was going to be close though.
Did we think it was going to be
And
close?
yeah,
I'm gonna look it up. Keep talking.
I'm going to say this about the Raiders and specifically Derek Carr. I was telling my brother this when we were watching the game. I'm fully confident that this is the best game I have ever seen from Derek Carr. Start to finish. I don't care what his numbers were as you look at on the screen for our YouTube audience. 18 for 27, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Those 2 sacks, they weren't even legit sacks. He's running out of the pocket. He got a 0 gain and counted as a sack. And an 85.2 passer rating. Nothing amazing, I know. But if you look at the eye test from start to finish, he was the leader out there. He was cool, he was calm, he was collective. He made big play after big play. I'm pretty sure I seen a stat today. This is the most air yards he's ever thrown for in his career, like by a mile.
He's
And he
been
was just
considered a check down Charlie, which hasn't always been fair to him.
no, not at all. Today he was slinging the ball all over the place. Big plays to Henry Ruggs, big plays to Kenyon Drake. With the game kind of like in the balance to seal it, there was a big third down. We winded up getting a penalty. It was third and long, single coverage with Brian Edwards. Drops it bread in the basket on Brian Edwards. And It goes back to what I was saying earlier in the week. I feel so sorry for Derek Carr because this organization hasn't done him any good. And all he is a positive outlet for the Raiders. Constant, day after day after day. You don't have to worry about Derek Carr getting into some stupid shit or saying something dumb. He goes out there, he wants to be a Raider, he's a leader. Like, I'm I just don't want to hear anything negative about Derek Carr anymore as far as like he's a bad quarterback. You can talk all you want saying he's not elite, or we have to see him playing a big game for him to get his accolades up, whatever the case is. I think this whole thing about him not being a good quarterback should be squashed by now. And he showed that today on the field. It was his best game of his career, in my opinion. And I've watched every single snap of Derek Carr's career.
The Raiders have a long road ahead of them. You're 100% right about Derek Carr. It's going to be interesting to see how in the coming weeks they respond to this and kind of see what Mark Davis does. Do they start to look for a new coach? Maybe Urban Meyer's up when he gets fired from Jacksonville, but maybe he'll keep his job because they just got their first win today.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, bro. My I don't know what's acting up with my webcam, but I'm really debating if I should go to the shitty webcam.
I think
Just
it's
for
only right, dog. It's only right.
Here, let me switch it real quick. But say
You
what
want me
game you
to?
want to go to next, man.
Let's
Whatever
go to the
game.
Jags and Dolphins. This is going to bring me to my teabag team of the week. You can cue that up in just a moment. I know you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa, can we spend 3 minutes talking about how much of a bum he is? And when I say bum, I mean just he made a very bummish decision. He's obviously not the worst quarterback in football, but when you get taken at what was it, 5? You just got to be better than that. And I wish we could show the pick or the YouTube Illuminati would get us. That had to be, I think, the most egregious pick of the weekend. It was that bad. It was so bad. In fact, my co-host doesn't even want to show his face. That's how bad it was. Oh, there he is. How
No,
bad was it, Juan? How bad was 2 in this game?
I haven't watched the full game. I'll give you that. It was early in the morning. I think all of our West Coast guys, unless you had work in the morning, you were not getting up for this game. I literally woke up. That was the first thing I seen from this game was Tua throwing that pick, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's awful! Like that's terrible."
What
I
was he
got to
trying
go
to do?
back.
You can't throw it over him or what? Like you don't have that
Yeah,
much arm strength?
yeah. Terrible. It's absolutely terrible, bro. Um, the Dolphins are dead. They're dead. They're just dead tuna fish, bro.
Can you hit me with
Straight
the
up.
graphic real quick of the teabag team of the week? Because man,
Yeah.
I like Brian Flores. I don't think he's the problem. I think the roster is just they overperformed last year. The defense still has moments, but the offense is putrid. It's disgusting. They're teabags. They're a teabag team of the week. There's no way to say it.
Most definitely, bro. Do they have any shots at resurrect? Like what? Where do the Dolphins go from here, Max?
You got to just see Tua. It's all that matters. This whole season is Tua the guy? If he's not, let's go get Deshaun Watson. And I'm looking at their schedule. They play the Falcons next week, and then they play the Bills and the Texans. So if you can get 2 out of those 3 games, you maybe have a chance to do something. But I don't even have faith in them beating the Texans right now. The Texans have kind of looked better than them. I know they had a close game against the Jaguars, but how good are the Jaguars? This game was
Nah,
awful to watch. I watched the whole second half.
really?
Just bad football. Trevor Lawrence looked good. It's just bad football, man. It's like
If
pick here, fumble there, pick.
if you're a Tua supporter and you're trying to defend him, how do you defend Tua?
I don't know. I don't know how to defend what he does. He doesn't make any power throws. He doesn't make any game-changing throws. He has good accuracy in the short and the intermediary. But when it takes, hey, I need to throw this ball with a little zip on it to get that into a tight window, he can't do it. To me, if he's on the Saints and they have a stacked offense, he'll be good. He'll be just as good as Drew Brees.
Really?
Maybe. I don't even know if that's true. I just think I see similar. I just see similar stuff because it's just short accuracy and like somewhat decent decision making. But when he doesn't have a lot to work with, which Dolphins don't, and I will say that for him, the O line's bad, receivers aren't that good. But man, you just do stupid shit all the time.
This is what scares me right here. The the rushing for the Miami Dolphins. This wasn't a blowout by any account. It was 20-23. And you only ran the ball for 77 yards. And Tua was 2 yards short of tying your leader in rush yards. That's pathetic. That can't happen. That absolutely can't happen. Um, I don't know. I think they gotta pull the trigger on Deshaun Watson. It may not be this season, because their season's going down the drain. There's no reason why you should trade for a guy right now because I think he's gonna cost a little bit more now than what he is in the offseason if you wind up waiting it out. But like you said, Tua's not the guy. He doesn't have an arm. He can't push the ball
He doesn't
downfield.
elevate the receivers, man. He
Yeah,
Jalen Waddle's a great deep threat. He's never going to be able to take advantage of him.
yeah,
And we'll say this: they need to improve the team around them too. It's not just on Tua; it's the whole team. But he's a big problem.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were kind of building it though. Their run game really took a hit this year. They weren't that bad running the football last year because this team going into this year, Max, it's probably one of the most disappointing teams of 2021
It might
so
be the
far.
most. Yeah, they might be the biggest teabag team of the week, just because they had the high draft pick. Who'd they take this year?
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips, right? I
Yeah.
haven't seen nothing from Jalen Phillips. Gregory Rousseau looks like the guy from the Miami team. And Jalen Waddle, I think he's been good. He had 2 touchdowns today, but it's just all short. It's not like explosive plays. I still have faith in the Dolphins going forward because they have a lot of capital. Brian Flores, I have faith in him, but they need to improve the roster. They threw some money around. They threw money at Will Fuller. He's hurt. Was that smart? Maybe you get a running back. Like I don't know how you don't have a good running back in today's NFL.
I think they really had faith in Miles Gaskins, but I think it's a combination of their O line. Their O line is their weakest core of their football team. It's not even
Mm-hmm.
close. It's probably quarterbacks next, but at least they got some depth at quarterback. They got Jacoby Brissett, but their O line it's awful. A guy who got drafted a couple, I think it was last year. He was a rookie. Austin Jackson, a guy at a USC. He has not been developing at all. He is terrible.
They
That's
just
a
took
guy that you're
Liam
banging on
Eichenberg
being
too.
good.
They just took Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame. We watched film on him.
Yeah.
He looked like he was going to be an okay prospect, but like you said, there's just no development on the interior line. The defense has good parts to it, but I
Yeah.
feel like it's hard to play defense when they never move the ball.
Right. And it's like that's where we had the faith in the Dolphins where like, okay, Tua and the offense just have to be
Not
Alex
trash.
Smith, no, like Alex Smith, like game manage it, and they're so good on defense to the point where they they score on defense, they get points. That's
Yeah,
how
but that
talented their
hasn't been
D
there
is.
this year too.
Yeah, not
Can't
like
give the
last year.
defense a pass. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that was unrealistic to expect.
Yeah, most definitely, but very disappointing for the Miami Dolphins. Congratulations to the Jaguars.
20 game
Winded
win
up
streak,
getting
lose
that pick
streak.
right, baby. Urban Myers, he's having a hell of a week, man. John Gruden gets all the heat right now from getting fired. He was not the first head coach to get fired. Goes to London, basically a home game for these fucking Jaguars because that's all they know. They should just literally move the Jaguars to London, Max, because they feel right at home.
I'm gonna say Urban's getting grinded on right now for that win. But let's move on. I don't want to say something to get me more in trouble than I probably already am.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's move on to a game that we had high hopes for. Winded up being another blowout, man. 2 games of the week that we thought with Arizona and Cleveland and the Chargers and the Ravens. Both blowouts. Let's go to this game. Final score 37 14.
Really,
Cleveland.
It really should be 7-1. That one of those touchdowns is a Hail Mary.
Yeah, true.
And they didn't have Cliff Kingsbury. I was like, when they said Cliff Kingsbury wasn't going to be there, I picked the Cardinals. You picked Cleveland. I was like, ah, man, I feel like that's going to really hurt them.
Yeah.
But
You
no,
know what
they
though?
just clapped them up. Baker's not the best Oklahoma quarterback in the league. That's all I'm going to say.
Um, I don't think this really does speak volume to Baker and Odell, if anyone. But I don't think this says a lot about this Cleveland team, to be honest. I think what they do best, Max, is run the ball. And number one, they were missing Nick Chubb. First of all, I know Kareem Hunt is good, but he was banged up himself in this game. And I don't know if you know this, but their entire left side of their offensive line didn't play.
Yeah, it was a
Jedrick
weird
Wills
week
didn't
for
play.
them. They like
Yeah,
kind of. I felt like they kind of threw in the towel before the game started.
yeah, most definitely. And it was just, it was just a bad start for Cleveland, man. Arizona is just they're playing with extreme confidence, bro. It's really death by 100 needles with them. They have so many ways to beat you on offense. I'm
Death
telling
by
you it.
100 needles. I don't think that's
Yes.
the. You mean death by 100 cuts?
No, death by 100 needles.
I like it. Let's go.
It's
Let's coin
vaccine
it.
time, bro. Come on, it's only right.
Coin it. Coin it. Let's go. That's the
but
next oneism.
but we keep on saying this with the Cardinals, Max. All these weapons. It's like once you stop DeAndre Hopkins, then you got to stop a guy like Rondell Moore. You got to deal with Rondell Moore. Then you got to deal with AJ Green. Like AJ Green's all of a sudden's had a resurrection of his freaking career. Rose
And
up
then
from the dead from Cincinnati.
and then
Everyone
once
thought he was done.
you stop all those guys, then Kyler scrambles for 25 yards.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden they have this great balance of these dual backs. They have smash and dash. That's what they have. Edmonds is the dash dude that can catch the ball out of the backfield, little scat back, and then they got the bruiser and Connor. Like when the game winds up turning a certain way, like it did today, like they get an early lead, they start just giving it to Connor, dude. 16 carries today, 71 yards. Those are all important drives, just milking the clock. And I, I I'm shocked, dude, because I didn't think the Cardinals were gonna win this game like this,
They
and I
im-
thought if they were gonna win it, it was gonna be close.
they imposed their will on Cleveland.
Yeah,
And we got to give props to the Cardinals defense. They gave up 7 points in a Hail Mary.
yeah.
They Isaiah Simmons looks good. Buda Baker, Chandler Jones. I like how Byron Murphy's playing.
Byron Murphy seems like he's getting better every single week.
Arizona is a team to beat right now. They're not. I don't think they're the best team, but they're playing the best football right now. They need to be tested, and I think we're gonna get a test pretty soon. I'm gonna pull up their schedule. I'm just curious to see who they play.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen too while you look that up. See who can get to it faster. Haha, I got it.
They play the Texans. That's not a test. But then on Thursday Night Football, they play the Packers.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, hopefully.
And they got Frisco. Maybe Frisco gets shit together by then.
Panthers might be healthy. Seahawks are dead team walking.
Right.
Maybe that's a good transition to
I mean,
talk about
look,
the Sunday night game.
yeah, but their schedule looks pretty, good for the most part. I literally only see about 3 tests max. I see
Are they
Dallas.
fool's gold?
Who? Cardinals?
Arizona.
I don't think so, man. I think if they're fool's gold, you lose this game.
I need to see it against a team that's like rolling. If they played when they play Dallas and if both teams are rolling, that's going to be the one.
Right.
So
So
do
you
you
said
want to
you
go
wanted to go
to
to Dallas?
No, let's go to Pittsburgh real quick and then we'll hit Dallas because this game,
Okay.
like we said, I bet when they scheduled it, they were hyped. Russell versus Big Ben. This game would have been better. Geno versus Dwayne Haskins. Geno Smith just fumbled the game away. You got to know better than that. It literally put my co-host to sleep, according to him.
It did.
I'm not
I
trying
fell
to throw you
asleep.
under the bus.
I fell asleep. Max texted me and before we're like, what time you want to do the show or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, let's do it when the score gets out of hand. And the score didn't get out of hand. The Seahawks came back in that second half and drove right down the field. And after I seen that Alex Collins touchdown, I fell asleep. Um, it. I mean, this game, what it comes down to me is Pittsburgh still shitty on offense, and Geno Smith is Geno Smith. We've seen this in New York for the Jets. Love the fact that he stayed in the league. I love the fact that like he's Russ's backup. Seattle trusts him, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Second chances has been in the league for so long. But this is what we've seen. In New York, he will be in these close games. He will play decent enough, make enough plays to be there at the end. But what happens on a crucial play? He winds up turning over the football, whether it's a fumble or an interception. It's typical Geno Smith.
I was impressed the Seahawks started to show some signs of life after the first half. But in the back of my head, I just thought there was no way Pittsburgh's going to lose this game.
Yeah.
I just really didn't think so. Pittsburgh still doesn't look good on offense.
No.
They weren't really moving the ball on the worst defense in football. And I just want to say this to one extent and make you smile. There was a play where Jamal Adams had the ball thrown off his chest and he didn't catch it.
Yeah, Jamal Adams is disappointing me, man. I'm a big fan of Jamal Adams. I'm a Jamal Adams
Like apologist? Like you defend him?
Yeah, supporter. I support the dude. He got a lot of flack for getting that contract. But, my whole thing with him is like he's a different type of player, he's more around the box, he's not your typical safety. And the job that he does it, very, very good. Like not all safeties have to be Earl Thomas and be a ball hawk. Like Cam Chancellor imposed his will on defenses and he was feared. He
Why is
had his
Jamal's contract bad? He signed a 4-year, $70 million contract. That's cheap for an edge rusher.
exactly my point. Shots fired.
I'm not. What shot? I'm just saying it's a bargain. So Khalil
Yeah,
Mack got 6 for 150.
but looking at what you can pay safeties, Max, it's a lot of money.
He's not a safety.
I know, but
He's like a football player,
He's a safety.
It's like what did Herm Edwards used to say about Tim Tebow? He's a great football player. Can't play quarterback, but he's a great football player. He's a great player. He can't play safety. I'm just saying, he's great.
Yeah,
I like Jamal Adams too. I like him too, man. I just want him to do good. I want everyone to start liking him, man. Because when he was on the Jets, everyone loved him.
Yeah.
No one had anything bad to say about him.
Yeah, so I don't trust Pittsburgh still. Seattle's probably dead in the water.
Yeah.
Let's look at their schedule. Because they get Russ in 8 weeks?
6 to 8 weeks, bearing a miracle.
Jeez. Yeah. Let's see who they play next. They might go on a little losing streak right here. So they play New Orleans next week on Monday Night Football. Play Jacksonville. That's a gimme. Green Bay, Arizona, Washington, San Francisco, Houston. I mean, they could rise from the dead. The bad news is that they play in the NFC and they're definitely not winning their division. They're definitely out from winning their division.
No, I think if they don't win their division, I don't think they're even gonna get a wild card. So
yeah,
Arizona might be the first. Excuse me, the Seahawks might be the first team we just call dead. Maybe 2 more. If they get 2 more, bro, I'm saying it.
Really. Let's go to
phrase. Jacksonville and Dolphins are both dead, but like a team we actually thought would be good.
Yeah, then Jets are probably dead too. Let's move on to a team that a lot of people thought they were dead. The Indianapolis Colts bounced back in a big way. Lost a heartbreaker on Monday Night Football. They beat the Houston Texans 31-3. Carson Wentz, your boy, man. He looks back. These last 2 games have been a great sign.
Jalen Hurts isn't the only problem with the Eagles. I'm just asking for a friend because Carson Wentz was our only issue, but now he's doing pretty good. What do you have? 11 completions for 200 yards. It's insane, man. I like the way they played. I like the way they played Monday night. I like the way they play, man. I want the Colts to be a good team. I like the Colts even before Carson Wentz got there. Jonathan Taylor had a big day. The defense kicked ass. That's what the defense needs to do on a consistent basis. I know it's Houston, but they haven't been as bad as we thought. They were bad today, though.
Yeah. T.Y., did you mention T.Y.'s back?
T.Y. came back. It was good.
Yeah, 80 yards, 4 catches. They need him, man, in a big way. Uh, their defense, your boy Okereke, 14
It's your
tackles,
boy, I
man.
thought.
I think I no, but do you like Oriki? I mean, I just know how
I
to
can't even
pronounce
say
his name.
Oki. What's his name? Oriki. I can't even say his name right
Okereke.
half the time.
Did your boy Moore get a pick? I don't think so, man.
No,
You're
he was
probably gonna lose
around
that
one.
bet.
He was. I mean, you got some time. You got an extra game.
He does have an extra game, but let's look at Indianapolis schedule. See who they got, because they are definitely not dead for their division.
No,
You cannot
they
trust the
just they
Titans.
gotta beat the Titans.
Ooh, they got Frisco Sunday Night Football, Tennessee Jets. Oh my
Wait, are
God,
they in Frisco for that game?
yeah,
They
in
got two
Frisco.
Sunday night football games.
Jeez, at home.
They sorry for that. Tampa's gonna be.
uh,
They got the Bills in Tampa.
yeah, their schedule gets
That's
pretty tough in the
the
back end.
NFL did them no justice, man. They were
Yeah,
just like, here's a tough matchup.
right. I mean,
Jeez,
it's only right though. They get to play New York and then Jacksonville before they play Buffalo and Tampa Bay.
that's true.
This is where, this little chunk right here, Tennessee through Houston, is gonna really
They're
decide their
gonna have to
season.
steal a game against the Bills or the Bucs. They're gonna have to
Right.
win one of those games.
Exactly. Let's move on to what game do you want to talk
Why don't we
about,
go to the game
Max?
of the week? Cowboys.
Ooh, this one was a great game too.
Oh my
What was your
gosh.
thoughts on this one?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What
What
the
happened?
heck was happening?
What happened?
Dak Prescott fumbles on the 2 yard line, right? 1 yard line
Yeah,
in the
the
end
goal
zone,
line basically.
the goal line. Trayvon Diggs, pick six. Trayvon Diggs, burnt. It wasn't really his fault the touchdown got scored. It was just a bad play by the safety, too. They take the lead. In between that, there was a missed field goal by Dallas. Then Dallas comes back and kicks a field goal. They get a stop, and then they drive down. CeeDee Lamb kills my boy Green Goblin. New England, he can only guard Amari Cooper and shut him down. He can't guard other good receivers. Come on. And it was crazy, dude. I couldn't believe it. And that was New England's longest play from scrimmage the whole year. What a time to get a play like that.
I know Mac Jones played, decently, but it was so funny when my brother said, he was like, no Mac, all cheese for Mac Jones.
You didn't like
So
his performance?
he was talking
Come on.
about when he threw that pick,
Oh,
yeah, when he
that's
threw the
kind of on
six.
him and the receiver
Yeah.
a little bit. I felt like.
Like what I come away from this is, me and you both called it, as far as like, we wouldn't be surprised if New England comes up to play in this game. They're in New England.
Weird
Bill
shit
Belichick.
happens. Weird shit happens in New
Yeah.
England, man.
But I hate to say it, bro. You know how much I hate the Cowboys. I know how much you hate them too. This is a great win for them. And I think if you wanted it any other way, this is more impressive than a blowout win. The way that they won it. Because they came back from adversity. It looked like they were done. Like it was just an off day, like you said.
So many penalties.
Yeah,
It's
so
like when
many
the Raiders won
penalties.
that game when they had
Yeah,
15 penalties.
exactly. And as a football team like Dallas, who's gonna have an easy schedule and skate their way to the playoffs most likely because of their division, you're gonna need to have these adversity games,
These tests.
that, yeah, like these tests, because that's how you know who you got on your team. Like, you know what you have. And they showed it, bro. They showed resilience. A big part is Dak Prescott. I mean, I'm talking about Derek Carr a lot. I think it's only right to talk about Dak Prescott in the same light. And I think he's a lot better than Derek Carr, if I'm being honest. He's legit. Me and Max gave him a lot of flack going into the season. I know we kind of squashed that week one, but it's only right to bring it up again. Like,
It wasn't flack though. It was kind of just concern about the
yeah, I mean,
injuries.
the whole injury stuff, and
I think we need to give some credit to Mike McCarthy, who we've both been critical of, me especially. I'm not apologizing for anything I said last year. He looked like a joke. He looked like he was over his head. But he's got this team playing well. They're playing with confidence. They have the best receiver group in the NFL. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when Gallup comes back, that'll even just make it better. Can we spend 1 minute on Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah.
Is he the ultimate feast or famine corner? Because he doesn't play amazing coverage. I like Trayvon Diggs. He's in good spots a lot of the time, but he's not no island corner. He'll
Yeah.
give up yards. To me, he's like the next coming of Marcus Peters. Is that a good comparison, or am I off?
He's really young. He's really young, and I think when it comes to a certain point, teams are gonna stop throwing to him. I think he does have some talent, and for now, I think it's just more like guys are just gonna still trying to get him. I don't think it's Marcus Peters like. I think he has the capability of being like an absolute shutdown corner. I just think
I agree with that.
yeah, and I just think guys just keep on testing them. I don't know if it's gonna be next week. I don't know if it's gonna, take a couple more other picks, but at a certain point, you have to start not throwing to his
Stink.
side.
7 through 6 games. Also, he does play, and that whole defense plays a very aggressive brand of football that just kind of leaves them open for mistakes.
Yeah.
Like they want him to jump routes. They're asking him to. So if he gets burnt, don't always say, hey, he doesn't know how to cover guys. He's doing what he's asked.
You look back at a guy like Richard Sherman in his career, and I'm not saying nowhere near like Trayvon Diggs is gonna be Richard Sherman, but early in his career, the reason why Sherman was regarded as a really good corner at first is because so many people try to test him. So many people try to throw balls at him. That's why he had so many picks. That was the whole discussion about Revis and Sherman. It was like,
And
well,
he was
Sherman has so many more interceptions.
and
But
Sherman had a receiving background too at Stanford. Like Diggs had one
exactly.
at Bama.
I think Trayvon Diggs has more touchdowns than his brother, Stephon Diggs. I might be
This
wrong.
year. Yeah, I saw he has 2 compared to 1. I'm sure that won't keep up because Stephon Diggs is
Ex-
a monster.
yeah. But I mean, you got to give him props for the interceptions. Uh, like I was gonna say with Sherman later on in his career, when he really was in his prime, you can argue no one threw to his side, and that's when he stopped getting interceptions.
Do
So who
you
knows? I don't know. I gotta watch a little bit more film on it. I know from just the gameplay that I watch like live. Um, he's great at breaking on the ball, man. He's making the most out of his opportunities, and he's finishing it off. Because
do
I
you
mean, it's not easy to do that. It's not
no.
just like, oh, he's getting lucky. Like you still got to have some talent. And that's why I'm saying like he has the talent to become a shutdown corner, and the picks are gonna stop like that. But on the other side, Max, he can easily be the next Xavier Howard, who's been struggling this
Oh,
year.
yeah, that's a good one. That's when I said Marcus Peters, I just want you to know I was talking about a guy who gives up yards, but he just makes plays every now and then.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
just
meant.
don't think he's as ultra aggressive like Peters.
I
I
agree
think
with
Peters is
that.
on another level.
Peters is just looking every second he got.
Right.
And I would say this when that Monday night game that opened off the season, or excuse me, that Thursday night game, it was Green Bay versus Seattle. Do you remember Sherman just standing? Remember they showed the clip and he's like, and he didn't
Yeah.
get one ball thrown to. That's when there was like a good 2 to 3 years where no one threw on Sherman,
Right.
unless they had some
Elite
little
quarterbacks
jitterbug.
too.
Unless
Elite
it's a little.
quarterbacks were like, yeah, I'm not fucking with him. Like it's shut down.
I think Tyler, I forgot him. I don't know why that's like in my head. So let me. I'm looking at the games one. If you want to hit all of them, we still got the Packers and Bears, Bengals and Lions, and Rams and Giants. I
Let's
think
hit the
that's it.
Packers and the Bears.
Do you
Uh
want to? Oh, and we got Carolina and the Vikings. Do you want to do that thing we were talking about, or you want to just do the box scores?
no, we'll do the box scores. It's fine.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears 24-14. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers still owns the Chicago Bears,
No,
and he
he does.
does.
Just gonna double check. Rodgers, Justin Fields, my guy, Justin Fields was throwing the deepest balls. There, he was. What's that game called? 3 flags up.
Yeah.
He was like, "Go and get this one, dude." I get it's a rookie mistake. I'm not too worried, but man, it's just funny. Like he
That
got the
wasn't
jump
a rookie
offside.
mistake, the first one.
Which one?
For the offsides when they missed it.
No, I think the rookie mistake is thinking he got it. Maybe just
Yeah.
because I've never seen another quarterback do that. Really.
I mean, Rodgers does that.
Yeah, but he don't throw picks.
He throws jump balls at that
Yeah,
point.
he literally threw it to the green. It was
Yeah,
like
he
15
threw it a
yards
little bit
away,
too far, but yeah, I
and
get
he
you.
did it again later in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt Nagy, can you help this kid out, please?
I still feel like they bubble wrap this kid.
That's what I'm
Honestly.
saying. They got Herbert, not the right Herbert. They got little
Hoybut. Hey,
Khalil
I
Herbert.
like Hoybut.
You like
He
Khalil
has
Hoybut?
he's like my worst enemy because he has, like you said last week, he's like, I hate Khalil Mack and then I hate Justin Herbert. So like he's a guy I should hate. But I like the way he runs, man. He runs
You
hard.
don't hate Khalil Mack. You want him back in your life. He's your ex that won't
Hopefully
call
with
on you.
John Gruden gone, he can come back.
It's the only thing that's good about this.
But dude, I the Packers are on a roll. And I think it's safe to say, Max, that week 1 was a fluke, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think we maybe overreacted, but part of it was a little warranted because Aaron Rodgers just got through just having the weirdest offseason in recent NFL history as a
Yeah,
quarterback.
that was part of it. Devontae Adams, any change of thoughts on him?
He's still very good, but man, that boy is slow.
No, bro, I
He's
swear, every
slow.
game I see it,
He's
Max,
slow,
and every
bro.
time I think of you, bro, I'm always like, oh yeah, totally.
Okay, he
He's
got
not a
behind the
burner.
corner. The corner like turned it up and was on him like that. I was like, come on, dog.
You act like every receiver takes that shit to the house, though. Like Tyreek
The
Hill gets
the
caught
the
sometimes.
elite ones do. The burners do. DK gonna take it. Diggs gonna take it.
Diggs
Tyreek,
got one touchdown,
obviously.
dog. That's all I want to know. All right.
I like Devontae, man. He's top 5. He's just not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Bullshit. Anyway,
Also, I don't understand how teams are just not doubling him every play.
I think they
Like,
do, and he still fucking catches
no way.
it.
Because who else is getting open? Who's Lizard?
Hey, St. Brown and Lizard. I think they both got in the end zone, to be honest. My boy Lizard. Let's go to a game that went into overtime. Surprisingly good game. Panthers came all the way back in this one. I thought the Vikings were going to win it, but the Panthers winded up getting that late field goal or that touchdown to tie it up, and then they went for the 2-point conversion, got it. Vikings wind up coming out with the win though, 34-28. Kirk Cousins, my guy, very, very underrated year for Kirk Cousins. Nobody's noticing how good he's playing. I wouldn't say he's playing at an MVP level, but Kirk Cousins is having a very solid year. And I mean, you should. You have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, but he's been playing really solid, man. And Sam Darnold continues just the trend down. My guy had so much high praise for you. I literally think, Max, Sam Darnold's one of the main culprits on why the Carolina Panthers have lost 3 straight because he
What's your
continues.
big takeaway from this? Is it Darnold doing too much, or is it Darnold needs McCaffrey? They were a different offense with McCaffrey, but
You know
Darnold
what? I
found a
don't
way to
think
shoot them
so.
in the foot.
You know
I
what?
feel like Darnold's found a way to shoot them in the foot.
Darnold, yeah, definitely he finds a way to shoot him in the foot. But even when McCaffrey was there, Max, they weren't putting up that many points as it. I think the most amount of points that they had was on Thursday Night Football, and that was when he got hurt. Even the games that they were winning, it was more about their defense, and controlling the ball, controlling the pace of the game. I don't see that with Darnold anymore. And yeah, like I'm not saying Christian McCaffrey's like nowhere near like, oh, it doesn't matter if he plays or not. Yeah, he's definitely a positive and he's gonna help out the team. But I don't think it should make or break this Carolina Panthers team right now. Sam Darnold is just not playing up to par. He's very inconsistent. Literally, the only good thing that we've seen from Sam Darnold was the last drive of the fourth quarter to get them in overtime.
The
It was a
Vikings had their number,
98-yard
bro.
drive.
Vikings had their number all day. The O line's been kind of weak the last few games, in my opinion, for Carolina. They've been kind of getting exposed. But as an excuse, Darnold, he's turning the ball over too much. I feel like he kind of thinks he's bigger than what he is. He needs to play like he was the first couple of weeks, where he was kind of taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
If he takes care of the ball and makes good decisions, he's still a really good quarterback. I still have faith Darnold's going to get it right. He's looked too good to me
Yeah.
to think he's just like the Jets version of Darnold. The
Right.
last 2 games he's been a little Jetish, but he's working out of his system.
You know who the Vikings are reminding me of? They're kind of taking the place of kind of like the Detroit Lions with Matthew Stafford. What I'm thinking, like they have some weapons. They have the quarterback that puts up the big numbers. Probably the only difference is that they have a running back that can actually run the ball. But they're
that
always like they're putting up a lot of points, and their offense is gonna be good, but they're
you just can't
they're
trust
still
him to win. You just
yeah,
can't trust him.
exactly. That's how we felt about the Lions for years. And I'm kind of feeling like the Vikings are taking that spot. It's only right. They play in the NFC North.
I like that comparison. I just wish the Vikings had a little bit more talent on defense, because the offense is good, man, especially when it's healthy. Madison and Cook are dynamic. The O line's good. Obviously, the receivers. They just it just does seems like they can't beat really good teams. That's what it seems like. And maybe they'll prove me wrong. They've had some heartbreaking losses, the Vikings. So they're what, 3-3. They easily could have been 0-5. And they easily could have been 4-2.
Yeah.
So we'll
Let's
see who
look
the
at their
real Vikings are moving forward.
let's see a couple of the tests that they got coming up. You said that. So look, yeah, the heartbreaking loss to Cincinnati, heartbreaking loss to Arizona,
Yeah.
beat Seattle. That was a close one with Cleveland. They only lost by a touchdown. Beat
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, beat Carolina. Yeah, you can argue this team should be 6-0. Honestly.
They really could. It's a football
That's
game
I
of
mean, that's
inches,
crazy
game
to
of
think about.
field goals.
They got Dallas next week.
It's
So
a
they
test for both teams.
yeah, they actually got a bye. So wow, Dallas and Minnesota buys next week. So they both got 2 weeks to prepare for each other. Then man, yeah, we're going to know how good the Vikings are. They're probably going to wind up losing some games. Dallas, Baltimore, Chargers, Green Bay, San Francisco. That's brutal. Oh my goodness. That's potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 playoff teams, if not 4. Because I'm counting San Francisco as one, but it's not really looking like it.
we
Like,
have two games left. We got the Lions and Bengals, and we got the we just saw, man, my bad. It's true blank.
Giants.
Giants at Rams. Giants and Rams, man. Daniel Jones just regressed this game. It's not his fault. I feel like he's just really trying to do stuff. They lost Kadarius
Yeah.
Tooney, and the Rams just whooped that ass. The Rams are a different league than them.
Yeah. Way different league. The Rams coming off of prepared week. Not really much you can say right here. No
Just an ass
Saquon.
kicking. No
Yeah, just
Saquon, no Galladay, no Tooney, battle line play, injuries. Daniel Jones, I get he hasn't been great one, but I feel like a lot of the stuff's not lining up for him to look great.
is this low key bad for the Giants? And I say this in a way that maybe like Daniel Jones is just really not the guy, even though he showed some signs
I feel like
this
they can't
season.
figure out if he is, and that's even
Yeah,
worse.
exactly. Like
I'd
this
rather
is gonna hurt
know.
them,
I'd rather know than not know.
right? And that's what I'm getting to is like, is this gonna buy him another year because of all the dysfunctional around the roster?
It might buy him. I might buy him another year. Truthfully, I'd go.
Yeah,
I'd go with that.
yeah. And the Rams,
They
anything on
continue.
them?
They need to keep pace with the Cardinals.
Most definitely. They're basically a game and a half away because as of right now, they don't own the tiebreaker. Let's go to the last game that we haven't talked about, man. We're flying through these. Bengals and Lions. The
How does
Bengals,
Jamar Chase get behind people every game?
because
Do they
he's
not know
so
he's fast?
he is fast. I would love to know his 40 if he would have
He
ran one.
ran. He ran a 4.33.
Yeah, but in an actual like
Oh
combine
yeah,
setting.
the comp. What's that line in Gridiron Gang when he's like, he's fast? Not Gridiron Gang in the longest yard. He's like, he's
Yeah.
fast. He makes
He makes
fast
fast
guys
guys
look
not fast.
not fast. That's what Jamar
Yeah,
Chase does. He's like 2 steps behind.
man.
He's rookie of the year. I know Trevor Lawrence is quarterback, but man, there's no rookie who's impressed me more than Jamar Chase on the
Yeah.
offensive side of the ball.
Rayshawn Slater.
He's been good, but
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
can't beat out a
Jamar,
receiver.
yeah, he's caught like 6 touchdowns and he just
Yeah.
gets deep balls. And he made a play today where Joe Mixon, it was a single back formation. They did one of those fake handoffs and the running back runs to the flat.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon catches it, no one around him.
Jamar
Mixon's on
Chase
like
winds up so fast he gets a block. I
he
seen it.
but the thing is, there's receivers who could do that. They just don't.
Yeah.
And he didn't block him. He like buried him. It was awesome. I was like, that's a play. That's a winning play. That'll never show up in the stat sheet one, but that's the type of play. Because it's not a guarantee if he gets tackled at the 20, they might not score.
Look, the Bengals are 4-2, man. They did their job. They have a chance to still win their division, as crazy as it is. They haven't played Baltimore.
I don't think they played
And
anyone from their division, have they?
let's check. I'm pretty sure
I
I think they played the Steelers already.
Yeah, they whooped on the Steelers' ass though.
Yeah.
They
So
whooped the
they
Steelers,
played
but they haven't played
Minnesota.
Baltimore or Cleveland.
Yeah, they played Minnesota, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Green Bay, Detroit. And they
They
stood
could be
tall with
6 and
Green
0.
Bay. Yeah.
They could be 6 and I mean the Chicago game was bad on their part, but they should have beat the Packers.
Right. Yeah. Look, the test starts next week. You get Baltimore at Baltimore. That's the bully. That's the bully right now. Just let alone take out that Baltimore is looking like one of the best teams in the AFC, and they just whooped the shit out of the Chargers, who everyone is slobbering all over.
Hi, I'm here. Hello.
uh, they have been whooping the Bengals, Max, forever. Basically,
Bengals got they got
especially ever since Lamar's got there. Lamar has destroyed the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's going to be a mental game for them. Kind of like how the Cardinals were against the Rams and the Niners. You know, this is a team that has whooped your ass time and time again. It's been ugly, you
Truthfully,
know?
I'm a little scared if I'm the Bengals because, like what you just said, they've always whooped on us. They still got those big boys in the trenches. And if you could point to one thing on the Bengals offense that's not a good one, you could say the O line.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow is so important to this team. I feel like Joe Burrow hasn't got his fair shake just because, one, he suffered a horrific injury, and two, Herbert's been good. Let me rephrase. Herbert's been better than Burrow, but I feel like Burrow's in Herbert's class of talent.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have the big arm, but Burrow makes so many freaking plays, dude. I like Burrow. I feel like he slept on as a quarterback. Am I tripping?
He is. Everyone kind of forgets that he was the number one overall pick.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's Herbert. It's Herbert. He's the one that's making the pick looking like, fuck, we could have had Herbert. But it's like Joe Burrow was the number one consensus pick. Everyone's acting like Herbert was like this big touted prospect. Everyone makes a mistake in the draft. Like
No, he was touted one, but he had his red flags. Or he had
there
his
were kind of
questions about
stupid
him.
red flags though. And
Some people
everyone
like me
does
didn't
it.
believe him. And people like
Yeah,
you were like, I don't know. I like Tua.
exactly.
No, you
Right.
didn't like Tua. I can't put that on you.
No, one thing with Herbert that I was worried about was maybe the love of football aspect. That's what I was hearing.
To quote you,
But
didn't you say he's a weird shit?
yeah, he was weird as shit because he was compared to a guy like Mariota, who was just this quirky kind of guy who just leads differently. But I
You
think
don't talk about
I've
your
learned
backup QB like that?
I've l-
Marcus?
I've learned to see that not every guy has to lead the same way.
Hmm.
There's guys that get away with leading without being the vocal and like basic leader. Some guys just lead
Like
from
Lamar?
example.
Lamar's kind of like that. I don't think Lamar's what you kind of think as a leader.
No, most definitely. That's a great example. And usually those guys are on defense. Like a guy who I think who's not a verbal leader, and won't say to anyone in the locker room is a guy like Khalil Mack. But
I could have finished that sentence for you. I was like, he's gonna say fucking Khalil Mack.
yeah,
I've
Khalil
been
Mack.
hearing
I
that
mean,
since the Oakland
he
days.
yeah, he's not vocal at all, and he's never gonna call out anyone. But he just plays so well that he kind of holds
Yeah,
guys
and the
to
and
a
the
standard.
practicing, the showing up early,
Exactly.
staying late, work ethic,
Right. But
no doubt.
Herbert's one of those guys where if you have the talent, it's just juicing off of you. Guys are gonna respond to you regardless, you know, as long as you're not an asshole. That's when it's a red flag. Like a situation like Jay Cutler. He's a guy
Oh my
oozing with talent.
god.
Complete asshole though.
Dude, if Herbert was like smoked cigarettes and hated football, he'd be Herbert. I mean, he'd be Jay Cutler.
He'll be Herbert. I
Sorry, my
get
bad.
you though.
It's tired. I'm
Nah,
sorry. We did a
Cutler.
lot of
No.
podcasting this weekend. Can I get a pass? And we got
No.
the Lakers on Tuesday and our pick'ems on Wednesday.
Look, man, that brings me to this. That's all the games. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Make sure to subscribe, bro. We've been doing some big things. We've been grinding like crazy. This is our third episode that we have done in the last 2 days. They've all been an hour plus.
We got
We
stuff
had the
coming.
NBA
Mm.
What'd you say?
We got stuff on the way.
Got
We
stuff
got
on the way. Look,
new
watch our
equipment.
NBA. Watch our NBA preview. We dropped a hint in there. We'll just say that it's an NBA content. If you guys are fans of our NBA talk videos, like our Kobe, our DeMontis Sabonis, our Lonzo Ball, Caruso, all three of those videos, by the way, have hit over 1,000 views.
Whoop, whoop.
One of them hit over 10K views. Just gonna say that. So this
Swoop.
video has high hopes. We're hoping it does well. But regardless, bro, we love doing it. We had fun doing the video. Um Stay tuned for that, bro. We got a lot of stuff dropping. Like we said, NBA season starting this week. We're gonna still do our pick'ems. We appreciate all the love we've been getting, bro. We've been grinding. We got some things in the work, like Max said in the beginning of the pod. But yeah, dude, we're excited.
You said it well, one. I'm
Anything else
tired,
on
man.
football?
No, I'm tired, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. These podcasts been getting my ass kicked lately, man.
You got to
I'm
step
out.
up, dog. You can't
I'm
be
stepping up
fatigued
on
like
Tuesday. I gotta rest up before Tuesday. Can I get 5 minutes to just talk about how much I'm either gonna love Russ or hate Russ on Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, in Laker fashion, they'll probably lose the opener, right?
Oh,
I can't remember
they
the last time the Lakers won an opener.
who they play the first year with AD for the opener?
They,
Clippers.
oh, you know what? Yeah, and they lost.
Get lost, and then the championship year we lost on Christmas. The Clippers.
Right.
And the year before we had who was the first team we played with? LeBron.
Portland.
Portland. We lost that one.
Right.
Who was it before
And we
that?
probably lost our fucking openers with all those bad teams.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So it's
I
been
didn't
a
even think we
minute.
were getting national TV openers back then.
No, we were. We were. I remember.
Who was
'Cause
the
I
last
think
year of? Who was the year before LeBron? Who did we play the opener?
I want to
Didn't we play
say
Portland too? And Damian
no,
Lillard eyed us up for the
no,
win.
no, 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 no. No, no. I think we did, but there was a year we played what team was Patrick Beverly on? He took Lonzo Ball's soul.
Oh, Clippers.
Was
Yeah,
it the Clippers?
that was Lonzo's rookie year, and then we went to Phoenix the second game. Lonzo had like 38 points.
Right. Right.
I'll look it up
Yeah.
real quick. I know there's people are
It's
like,
been bad openers for the Lakers. But we're excited for basketball, bro. I just did a basketball fantasy. I'm kind of hype. I never played basketball fantasy sports, but I'm
it's
excited, bro.
weird. It's just not as good as football, man.
Yeah, it's not the weekly, but shout out to JT the Don, another content creator. Go ahead and go check them out. But he's the one that invited me to the league. Did
Hold
you
on, I
find
got
it?
it. I got it right here. Clippers again got our ass. Was that Lonzo's rookie year? That
Pretty sure.
was. You want me to go? I can go back one more year.
Yeah, go ahead.
We beat the Rockets by 6 in
Ooh,
2017.
look it
That was
up.
the first year of Luke Walton, I think. Mitch Kupchak was still there.
Jeez, bad
Some fun.
times.
Let's see. Who was the Lakers' leading scorer? D-Lo with the cool Jordan Clarkson at 25. Nah, dude, I think this is Brandon Ingram's rookie year.
Jeez.
Gee, what an awful Timothy Mozgov at
I'm pretty
12.
sure we lost the opener when Randall broke his leg too.
Yeah, that was against the Rockets, right?
Yeah,
Is that when Kobe called Dwight soft?
probably. R.I.P.
R.I.P. my
Kobe.
man Kobe.
All right. Well, we going into a lot of basketball talk. Look, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We love you guys. We'll see you guys Wednesday. All right.
Peace.
Check you guys there.